I love that they dove into the period piece with great committed acting, full immersion into the environment, the wardrobe, the set dressing, stunning, location scouting, check. It all felt very immersive into that time. So I loved those moments when we broke away and she directly addressed us with a shit or uh-oh. Um, I thought that was really effective. And it made us, or at least for me, it made me more on her side as well, because it really broke through the veneer of a period piece. And we could see the commentary on themes of oppression and submission and abuse very clearly throughout this. So it was a way of diving into that in a less precious way, but still equally as effective.
It's really tricky. It's kind of dark, and there's a lot of essence of like unreliable narrator to this, which makes it super interesting, super layered. Um, I think I think you do a good job of showing both her and her husband in the story and how they react to things and what's going on with them, and I think that's really interesting. It's Yeah, it's a really troubled relationship, and you watch it on screen and see like is she being silenced, or is her husband like, no, there's some concern here, she's not well. Um, and it just leaves you guessing. There's a lot of twists and turns. Super dynamic story. Uh, Great job to the actors. Yeah, this is a really interesting story, and it's written really well.
I thought she was really funny. Breaking the fourth wall is a trick that I wasn't necessarily expecting coming from a period piece, and kind of seeing her unfiltered and kind of giving this modern take, this modern approach. Kind of gives her something that I feel like we can connect with on a deeper level. Loved the way that we had this multi-genre kind of moment here where we have this elements of drama and this need to like escape and get out, but also having this horrific view of her talking to the wall and the person being part of the wall. I thought that was executed quite elegantly.
Revealing a message to someone that she's not sick, she's been silenced, which I just thought was just such a strong statement in this dialogue. And then we start to think, okay, is this all a cover of an affair? Or is this all in her imagination? Was she seeing like there's moments of this that make you almost think like, am I with her or am I against her? Which I thought was very good. I did not see him attacking her with such force after she poisoned him. Definitely wasn't expecting that. And the ending, I left unsure and wanting answers, which is good because it shows I was invested. But it's like, okay, is he now in the wall? Was this whole thing her imagination? And we hear him from afar calling her because everything that we saw was really just something that she's writing in her book, or did it really happen? So I left like unsure and not knowing, but that's the good thing.
It had a very eerie opening with the hands behind the wallpaper right away, and then seeing her in bed. Just, you knew right away what's going on here. There's something happening that's not right. It felt like a horror movie. I just loved the thriller, or even psychological thriller, and it really had, I would say, more of that vibe than an outright horror. Just really nice, subtle acting. And I love her line, well, this is bullshit. This is some bullshit, she says. This made me laugh out loud. Really loved that. And I love that she looks at the camera. It's just great music and sound throughout, too. I like the line, you're not sick, you're being silenced. good effect with the blood too when she imagines herself killing him, and really just well done acting and storyline and editing and everything. Really interesting.
I enjoyed the historical visuals of Jane, and I thought it was a great setting for the story. The humor was definitely funny, and I think it worked as a great reflection of how constrictive history was to women in the past, and it does it in a very humorous and lighthearted way that makes for a comedic approach to an otherwise difficult topic.
It's a twist and turn, and you kind of don't know whose side to take. Is Jane actually sick, and that's why her husband's putting her down and he's silencing her? Or is she actually crazy? But this all being a story suggests that she knows what's going on, really, that he's silencing her and all, but wanting her on bed rest. But really, it's if this is what's really going on, you would understand his side too, or an institution if she's doing things like talking to the walls, because that would sound insane even in today's standards. It would be, but this was really well written. It was really well acted. It was a fully developed and well-rounded story where you kind of didn't know what was going on. You definitely didn't expect her that this was all writing, though I guess it should have been guessed since that's what she likes to do. And it shows that she is a little bit of afraid of her husband. But it seems to be that she knows she's in an abusive relationship, but she's also in a time period where anything she does to get out of it is going to end up putting her either in jail or an institution. So it's kind of between a rock and a hard place for her.